Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. We are hooping the stabilizer for the 230E. I already have my 550E going. So, first step for all embroidery projects, get your stabilizer in there nice and tight. Here we go. Palm it. I like to float my stuff, so my hoop's kind of dirty. And then I trim that away so it's out of the way so I can get to my attachment hook part. These are some bar towels from Walmart. So you fold them long ways with the good sides in. Took me a couple times to get the fold right. It just did not cooperate with me. Once you get it folded, put the fold onto the middle point of the hoop. There on one end, and then to the middle. You take your 505 spray, spray it down, fold it over, and I like to keep the edge to the edge if possible. Now if there was a stripe or something, a stripe would be there first. I don't like to stitch over stripes if I don't need to. And spray the other side. Rub it down to make sure it's nice and flat. This will ensure nice even embroidery. And to the machine we go. Put your water soluble stabilizer on. Put your foot down and go. Kind of like when you're driving a car. And I sped this process up. I have my 230 set on 650, which is as fast as this one will go. There we go. And here's a screen of what I'm doing. Back to the embroidery. Alright, and here's my 550. It is running another towel. And now you just see multiple close-ups of both machines going. Enjoy. Okay, you guys, we are done stitching. Now time to take off the water-soluble stabilizer. Usually I would trim any jump stitches, but I caught most of them as the 230 was going. The 550 cuts its own threads, so I don't have to do as much for that one. Then you turn it over and get all the jump threads in the back. You definitely do not want to pull the stabilizer off with the threads attached, or it can tear out the knots the machine put in and make a mess. You'll lose your stitches. So here's a sped up one of me pulling the stabilizers off of both sides. It's kind of tedious work, but it's worth it in the end. And we're going, picking more. Here we go. I pick off as much as I can. Fold it up and look at it. Looks pretty nice. All right. There's the other one. That's what it's gonna look like soon. Ready for the next step. All right, here I'm gonna show you how you fold your towel to have your pot holder attached to it. So you just kind of fold it and play with it a couple times. See, it looked nice there, but then you turn it over and it wasn't even. So you have to kind of wiggle things around, play around with it, because once you stitch it, there's really no going back unless you unstitch it and restitch it again. And we're getting kind of close. All right. Yep, there we go. I think that's good. All right, so now we need to reopen it up again. And where that line is, I fold it in half, fold the pot holder in half, and you pin it right where your folds are. That will make a stitching line. If you want, you can always put a line there with a erasable marker or pencil or something. And that is my label, so you know where you got that from. I just tape it in there. There we go, perfect. Now you go stitch these back. Oh, real good. All right, so this one I stitched. See, turned out pretty cool. It's stitched, so let's stitch the other one real fast. There we go. I just use a regular sewing machine for this. And as you sew along, make sure you take out your pins. Back stitch a couple times. Make sure it's nice and tight. Usually these are more for decoration than anything, but if you use them, it'd be nice and sturdy. There we go. And off to the races. Just want to make sure everything's even. And back stitch. And, well, didn't realize it at the time. I was sewing. My bobbin decided to run out. So, trim it off. I didn't check my bobbin before I started. So, here we go. Alright, so I rewound it. Replaced it back in. Close it up. Yeah, feed the bobbin through first, and then it'll close it up. There we go. Okay, now we're ready. probably should repinned it, but I didn't. Instead I fiddled with it. At the end it's slightly crooked. Now if I was selling that one, I would have repinned and made sure everything was right still, because it was only like a quarter of a way stitched. So go a few stitches back, do your reverse stitch a couple times, stitch over your tag if you have a tag. It's always nice to know where you got your stuff if it's handmade. Alright, and then there we go. Now we should be good. Just stitch. Yeah, take out. Oh yeah, I didn't have to take out the pins. They already were out. Alright, we're good on that. Now trim the... Oh, sorry you guys. I yawn. Trim the stitches. There we go. Take the sticker off, or tape off the tag. Now it's ready to add a button once you're done taking off the little ends. There we go. Pretty happy with how it looks. Could have been a little more centered, but as I said, I didn't plan on selling these. Probably just going to give them away as a gift or whatever. Or even just put them on my stove. There we go. Now the buttons. The button is the last step. Some thread and needle. I really do not like hand stitching, but well, it's kind of needed. So you kind of bend over your loop, kind of guess where you're going to put your button, and you could measure it if you want. Might be easier, but it's alright. And you stitch it all in. Also, you could always take off the manufacturer's tag if you wanted, but I just stitch over it. I don't care, as long as it don't stick out at the end. Stitch it on, stitch it on. So I had a 4-hole button, so I kind of just try to crisscross it and interweave it a whole bunch until my thread was pretty much gone. Then I tie it off. Nothing too hard on this, it's just pretty easy. There we go. And the loop works. There you guys go, a final project. It is ready to go. Oh, and these buttons, they were for my great-grandma's house. Out of her button collection. It's pretty cool to be able to use them. So, a little part of family there. Alright, you guys. And hang them on your oven door. I really like how these turned out. There's my chicken one from earlier. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing and liking this video. I appreciate it, you guys. Thank you. Till the next video. Bye.